We're I'm on Kaylee Jones, sorry, just kind of blank there. So they contacted the compassionate use program last week. They told her 2 to 3 business days, and they sent her an email saying that they wouldn't give her the information without my client sending a request authorization form. So she just told me that, she forwarded it to me. I'm gonna do that today and get that handled. And I don't know how.
Friday afternoon, Judge, from them. So after.
But I'm telling you now, I'm gonna have a problem with it. I don't think it's the right thing to do. Not when you're on, I mean, there has to be other ways to medicate other than with marijuana.
I honestly can't tell you that. I honestly don't.
Well, then I want him to see a legitimate, psychiatrist, doctor, if he needs to if he has PTSD, to deal with it, not go to a doctor at a cannabis clinic where they're going to, of course, prescribe you marijuana.
They're MDs licensed by the state of Texas. I mean, that's just like.
I don't know that. I don't know that. And then, well, I mean, I got to imagine that if he goes to a regular psychiatrist, just a regular psychiatrist off the street, are they going to prescribe marijuana or are they going to prescribe something else?
They really can't. They have to be licensed with the compassionate use program through Texas. So no, your therapist cannot prescribe it because they're not licensed to do it.
Right.
This cannabis doctor is licensed to do it.
I don't feel that it's right when someone has a D.W.I. with marijuana to let them continue to smoke marijuana.
I understand. I understand your position, Judge. And what do you want me to do at this point? Like right now, what is your wish?
If he truly has PTSD,
yes,
then I think that he really needs to see a doctor, a licensed psychiatrist, not just the people at the cannabis clinics.
Okay, so you want to have another doctor that he's treating?
Well, no, I don't. There has to be another way to.
Position that's going to put me in a bind for telling somebody they can't go to their doctor. Like
no. And look,
I'm not trying.
You guys need to do whatever you're going to do, right? But
none of us want to deal with. I don't want to deal with it.
and I'm going to tell you, it's a new thing for all the judges here now, with all the marijuana cards now, trying to deal with how someone medicates, especially when someone has an opiate problem and they're continuing to use, and they want me to continue to smoke marijuana.
I will say, Judge Giddey has approved it for a client of mine, and Judge Ward.
I don't care about other judges. I don't care.
But what's going to happen is if you just that they're prescribed by their doctor, it's going to be a huge blow up that none of us want to deal with. Like, I don't want this on the news. I don't want to be the lawyer standing from the camera.
I don't care.
This is medical. This is not legal. It's not a legal issue. It's a medical issue. But when you make it a legal issue, then that's where it gets to be a little sticky between this, because if the state of Texas says it's okay, I don't see where don't take this the wrong way. I don't see that you have the legal authority to tell Texas they can't do that. And that's what we're getting into, because you're saying that doctor.
If someone has a D.W.I., a marijuana D.W.I., right? And they want to continue to smoke marijuana, I have a problem with that.
What if they have a Xanax D.W.I. and they want to continue using their Xanax that their psychiatrist prescribed? What's the difference?
And I don't know. I have not come across that issue, so I don't know what I'm going to do. But I have a problem with it, Dustin.
That's not.
So
have a problem with it. You're just telling somebody that licensed physician prescribing something they can't use it because you have a problem with it. That's the issue that we're seeing. So, I mean, I respect the court's, whatever the court, orders, we'll respect that, but I just need to know what steps you want me to take. Like,
I don't know. Let me think about it, because I'm gonna talk with the other judges as well to see what, because I'd like to get a second opinion as to what other judges think about it as well.
Okay, I don't fights, you know that. Like, I was always the advocate, but I'm not trying to start something that doesn't need to start.
Dustin, I'm never going to begrudge a lawyer for zealously advocating, and I respect you for doing it. Really, I'm never going to fault you, but I really have a problem with someone who has a D.W.I. and they're continuing to use the same substance that they got the D.W.I. with. In every respect, when I see that come here, I try to get them to stop taking whatever they're taking.
Yeah. And I will advise him he should try to take those steps. I mean, I got a problem with that.
I have to imagine, had he gone to a normal, any other psychiatrist other than one at the Cannabis Cup, they 9 times out of 10 would have prescribed alprazolam, something else to deal with the PTSD. And I mean, what is it here? He shoots himself in the finger. Isn't that the PTSD?
Yeah. I mean, everybody's being different there.
I get it. But regardless, I think that had you seen anyone else?
So I guess can we reset for a week? That way I'll get the documentation. I'll
How
get you
long
some
is it gonna-
information.
Judge, I'm not sure. They emailed me
I don't
on
want
Friday.
that long, Dustin, because I don't want him to continue to smoke weed for
Well,
that.
he is on your curfew and he's on the monitor. So I mean, we're at least keeping him from being outside during the hours that you're concerned about.
How long do you think?
Judge, I really don't know how long it would take them to process it. Say hypothetically, if they told me 2 to 3 business days and then he sends it across today, I don't imagine that they would take longer than 2 to 3 business days, but he's going through it with a HIPAA. So
So they're gonna have to, what this is saying is he has to email them with his information, then they're gonna send him a form that he's gotta fill out allowing that information to be given. So
say it
as soon as
takes
they,
2 to 3 business days for them to respond to him and then with the
Okay, so
form.
let's do this. I'll set it off for a week.
Yeah,
I'm sending him for a drug test now. Come up, Mr. Jones.
I think that's great, Judge.
I mean, he had no problem doing his weekly testing.
Dustin, if he's using any kind of opiates, I'm gonna, if you're using any opiates, anything that you're not supposed to, it's not going to go well between us. Do you understand?
Absolutely, yes, sir.
How come you have not seen any other licensed psychiatrist other than the cannabis people?
I actually have. I was prescribed alprazolam for 6 years, but it actually caused me to have like seizures if I like missed it like a couple hours late and stuff like
You're
that.
not supposed to stop taking it.
I'm not saying like not I'm saying like if I slept in, like I could actually wake up at like 8 o'clock in the morning and have seizures because it's
Yes.
delirium tremors is what they call it.
Side effects of when you take hardcore, powerful narcotics like these, you can't just stop taking it. You can't just, when you stop, they wean you off. And when you don't take it as regularly prescribed, there are serious side effects. One of those being, convulsions, all types of side effects, including seizing, right? So it's not because you're taking the Xanax, it's because you didn't take it when you're supposed to. So don't blame the Xanax for causing you to seize. It's the fact that you didn't take it that caused you to seize. Why not? Why stop? So you're not taking the alprazolam anymore?
No, I still take the Valium, but only for emergencies for seizures. It's not even for the PTSD anymore because I didn't.
Emergency seizures?
No, emergency seizures.
He has epilepsy, Judge.
Yeah, I have epilepsy, sir. That's another reason why they were giving me the Xanax too. But like, but they were saying that it was actually making it worse. They called them delirium tremors, similar to like withdrawal from alcohol. The benzos do the same.
Intramensis?
Yes, sir.
Sure,
So
but
that yes, sir. They're saying that it was helping, but if I
the other thing is I can't imagine that if you have one doctor prescribing all this other stuff, that doctor is going to continue to let you take all this, knowing full well that you're also using marijuana from another doctor, because they're contradictory and you can't do that.
So I wasn't taking them at the same time.
Okay.
Yes, sir. I had stopped the Xanax actually when I went to jail for that state jail time, and whenever I got out, I was on like different medications in here and stuff like that. I just didn't want to go back on the same narcotic while I'm trying to stay sober, sir. So I mean, I know marijuana is not much better, but I just felt like it was better off taking something that wasn't physically addicting versus with the doctor's opinions and stuff.
Though. It can be as well. I mean, look, I'm sending you for a drug test now.
Yes, sir.
We need a complete list of everything that you're legally prescribed to take, because I want to know what you're allowed to take, and that's it.
Yes, sir.
Because I also need to know what's going to show up in the blood test and what's not supposed to show up in there.
Yes, sir.
But don't use anything that you're not prescribed to take.
Yes, sir.
And for sure, you best not get into a car.
Yes, sir.
I will absolutely lose it if you get into a car. Do you understand, Mr. Jones?
Absolutely.
I
Yes,
don't
sir.
know how much more plain and clear that I can make this to you. Don't get into a car.
Thank you, Judge.
Hold on, hold on. I need to make sure that if he's signed an affidavit that he's not going to drive. He does.
You
Okay.
understand that?
I believe so.
We'll set you off for a week and then before he leaves today, I'd like a complete list of what he's got prescriptions for to take as far as any kind of narcotics and
Yes.
so we can see it. All right.
Could you provide that?
I
list
want to
of-
know,
If not, you do that too.
No,
Give it
I'm
to
sending
them.
you for a drug test now.
Yes, sir.
Depending on what that shows, I want to look. Okay. All right.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, guys. When are we set for Mr. Blanco?
Next Tuesday, sir. You want to go over, like, there is a pre-trial matter we have to go over.
What is it?
They don't want to, he has cancer in his eyes and kidneys. And they don't want to bring in his, they have a motion in limine as to bring up his medical condition. They don't think it's relevant. Even though they have to prove loss of physical and mental faculties and it's on the video.
Well, let's, I mean, if we're actually going to go to trial, we
Yes.
can, on the morning of trial, we'll go through that, you
Well,
know.
I would like, if maybe we can even discuss it with me, Mr. Blanco doesn't have to be here, the Monday before, maybe.
Sure, of course.
Okay, I can
We
stop
can do
by the Monday before. Because they have to, but
Did you get the result back?
no,
Guys, do you have the result?
I anticipate it to be positive.
Mr.
candidate for mine.
Blanco, on top of page 3, do you have the results of the drug test, please? Thanks.
If I remember correctly, I think their motion limit said it's to curry favor or to sympathy or something to that effect.
And a nullification type,
I'm sorry.
nullification,
Well,
I
it's
guess.
highly relevant to when you're trying to prove loss of physical faculties. That's one of their allegations. And it also goes to
I mean, I
the,
guess it could, I don't know. Well, anything else? Come up, Mr. Blanco.
I think he heard your position on marijuana just there as well.
Why are you using, Mr. Blanco? Why are you using marijuana?
I mean, it's because I have cancer.
No dope means no dope. Otherwise, I'm going to put you in jail. You are not allowed to use while you're on bond. Do you understand? I understand that you may have cancer, but not while you're on bond for D.W.I. Do you understand? If I find that you're using again, I'm going to put you in jail. Do not use. You're set for trial on Tuesday. Be here because we're going to go. Do you understand? But if I find that you're using again, it's over. All right, Herman.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I saw the laundry list of ailments that you have. All I'm asking is that you just don't use. And as long as you can abide by that, you and I will be fine. Okay? Yeah, if you go to jail, I'm assuming you take a ton of medication, right? Right. Putting you in jail would be a really bad thing, especially when you're taking all that medication. So when you're out there in the free world, monitor what you're doing, what you're consuming, so that you don't put yourself in any kind of peril for having to go in. I'm not asking for much.
Just given the defendant's criminal history, and the fact that he's already requested for this gram to be off, I mean, if you're gonna order that this gram is off, then that's okay, but we are gonna ask that an alternative be put in place.
Counsel.
We have no objections to that, Joe.
So just a portable device, I guess? Okay, I'm okay with that.
That's fine.
Yeah, and I guess that was the real intent, was because of the ailment to take off the scram.
That
Okay,
was it, though.
I'm okay with it. Yeah, just if you want to let them know, and then I'll pay for it as well. That way it won't come out of his pocket. Okay?
Thank you
Yes,
very much.
okay, all right, just be safe, okay? All right.